Hi there theme park fans, it's happened. Disney has finally announced the biggest news of the year. It has ditched the free Fastpass system. It's not coming back and they're starting to charge for skip the line access at Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resort. So only 2 weeks ago I made a video on how Disneyland Paris started a paid for Fastpass system which they call Disney Premier Access. And now Disney's two most profitable resorts are getting a much more complicated version. So in this video, I'm going to break down everything that we've learned today about the brand new Lightning Lane system and Genie Plus. Remember to like this video and subscribe to help support the channel. We are super close to 1,000 subscribers, so hit subscribe to help me out and get over that goal if you enjoy the video. So first, make sure you have your smartphone charged because you'll be needing it to skip the lines from now on at Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resort. So Paper Fastpass and Fastpass Plus were removed from both the resorts at the start of the pandemic and they're not coming back. Instead, Disney Genie will be a new planning service built into the My Disney Experience app at Walt Disney World and the Disneyland app at Disneyland. And it's an itinerary planning app. You tell it what you want to do and it will suggest what to ride and when to ride. And it will even include forecasted wait times for the whole day. However, we're not going to spend any more time talking about the itinerary planning aspect of Disney Genie, as what Disney really wants you to do is to upgrade in the app to their premium feature, Disney Genie Plus. So this is going to cost $15 a day in Florida and $20 per day in California, and by paying for Disney Genie Plus, you'll be able to make reservations for the rides just like the original Fastpass system worked. So if you're familiar with MaxPass at Disneyland, then this is basically exactly that same system with a couple of changes. You'll be able to make a reservation for one attraction at a time for entry into the Lightning Lane. The Lightning Lane is just a Fastpass lane that's been rebranded. So you make your reservation just like the old Fastpass system. Once that reservation time comes around, you show the QR code in the app and you get entrance into the Lightning Lane and you skip basically the regular queue. And then once you've used the entry for one ride, you can book into another ride into the Lightning Lane. So it's just one at a time, just like the old Fastpass system was. Now here's the big difference. It's not just that Disney are charging for this, whereas it used to be free. Not every ride will be included. So Disney has said, and I quote, "The highly demanded attractions will not be included in Disney Genie Plus." And they've already said that that includes Seven Dwarfs Mine Train at Magic Kingdom Park and Radiator Springs Races at Disney California Adventure. So if the really popular rides you want to ride, that $20 or $15 that you've just paid is useless. Instead, what you'll have to do is you'll have to pay for an individual Lightning Lane selection for these big rides. And you'll be limited to just 2 Lightning Lane paid access selections per day. They have not announced the pricing for these, but we know the pricing will vary between date and by park. So to make it clear, most of the rides will be included in Disney Genie Plus for $15 or $20, but the most highly demanded attractions will not be included in Disney Genie Plus. You will need to pay for an individual access for these big rides. Now, they haven't announced the pricing as I say, but to give you an idea of what pricing might be like, Disneyland Paris literally just rolled out this system in the last 2 weeks, and in US dollars there, you'll pay anywhere from $9 to $18 per person per ride for quicker access to the Lightning Lane, or as they call it, Disney Premier Access. Shanghai Disneyland also has the same system. Pricing is very similar. You're going to pay about $15 to $20 there. And so I'll expect pricing in the US to be honestly higher because Americans on average do have more disposable income than we do in Europe and in China. So I'd expect pricing to be somewhere around there. If you don't want to pay for Disney Genie Plus or the individual Lightning Lane selections, you can absolutely still use the standby line for all the rides. Otherwise, if you want to use a Lightning Lane, you have to pay. So that's the end of free skipping the lines as we had with Fastpass. It's not just skip the line that you'll get with Disney Genie Plus. What they've done is they've included 2 other features. At Disneyland, you'll get unlimited PhotoPass downloads, which I feel honestly is a decent deal for $20 a day. And at Walt Disney World, you're going to get augmented reality lenses, which is basically just a paid for Snapchat filter. You are not going to get the PhotoPass included at Walt Disney World, so that's a bit of a bummer. You'll also get some audio stories, which might be cool, but let's be honest, all that Disney has done with Disney Genie Plus is they are trying to disguise a way of Lightning Lane being a paid for feature. The rest of it is all smoke and mirrors. It's there to make you feel like you're not paying just for one thing. So what do I think? Well, you can probably tell already from the tone of the video, but for me, the biggest problem is you won't be able to plan your day around skipping lines at no cost anymore. So Fastpass is gone. I was a master of the Fastpass Plus system, even on days when I visited as a cast member and I couldn't reserve selection in advance. I knew that I could refresh the app enough times and I would eventually get a Fastpass Plus for even the bigger rides. And if I didn't want to do that, I could turn up early and I could use the standby lines. But I could basically skip the lines for everything with some planning, and now that's gone for people like me. Even more frustrating is the idea of paying for the Disney Genie Plus service and then having to pay extra for certain rides. It just stinks of nickel and diming your guests, and honestly, if everything was included, as it was before with Max Pass at Disneyland, if every ride was included and it was $15 or $20 per day, I could see people thinking it was okay, it was a upcharge, but now you're having an upcharge with extra upcharges. On a positive note, and this is a big positive, it's the end of having at Walt Disney World to get up 60 days before your vacation to make ride reservations. Spontaneity of being able to do things on the day is back, which is fantastic. And finally, the fewer people using the lightning lanes, the quicker the wait times are for everyone else in the standby lane. So it should be the end of the 2, 3, 4 hour waits for the headline rides that you'd see all the time if pretty much everyone's using the standby line. So I did work at Walt Disney World and Magic Kingdom with Fastpass, and at the merge position at peak times at places like Peter Pan, you'll have over 10 Fastpass guests riding for every standby guest. So the guests in the standby line were waiting 10 times longer purely because Fastpass existed. So this will be the end to all that, as I can't see 90% of guests paying to ride the big rides. So it is pretty much guaranteed that with a new lightning lane system for the very popular rides, that being a paid extra, one, it will make Disney a lot more money, but two, you will never need to wait anywhere near as long in the standby lines for the big rides as you used to in the past. We do have a couple more details. Disney Genie and Disney Genie Plus, as well as the new lightning lanes, will launch this fall at Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resort, so within the next 3 months or so. At Walt Disney World, you'll be able to use Genie Plus from 7 AM, so you'll be able to head into the first park knowing what ride you're going to ride first and when. And at Disneyland, it's not from 7 AM, it's from when you're inside the park. For the individual selections, so this is different from Disney Genie Plus, remember, you can make those from the park opening times at both Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resort. The exception is if you're staying at Disney Hotel at Walt Disney World. In that case, you'll be able to buy the individual lightning lane selections from 7 AM ahead of any of the other guests who will only be able to do so from park opening. If you're an annual pass holder or the new Magic Key passes, Disney is not going to offer this for you for free, at least not at the moment. They may look at it in the future, but you will need to pay the $15 or $20 per day to use this system, just like everyone else. So thanks so much for watching. Remember to hit that subscribe button, help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Enjoy the more Disney and theme park content on the channel. If you're visiting the Disney parks or the Universal parks, do check out our guidebooks at independentguidebooks.com. I've been Gio, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.